Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a review of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. It is the foundation I am actually wearing right now as well, in case you're wondering. I've had this foundation for several months, and I figured I can give you my thoughts on it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I do still have the box, even though I bought this really early this year, and just so I have that to refer back to for all the claims. To start out, I'm going to kind of go over the packaging. It is in a plastic bottle with the Naked Skin logo on the front, weightless ultra definition liquid makeup, and then on the back, as it tells you to shake it before you use it, how long you should keep it, and the Urban Decay tagline, beauty with an edge. Has this, I don't know what to call this color, but the really interesting metallic colored top. It is also plastic though. On the inside, it does have a pump, which is really handy. I feel like I use 3 pumps to do my full face, so it's a decent amount that comes out with every pump, but not enough to do my whole face. It is a very thin, watery formulation. Runny, like if I was to pump it out in my hand, it would just run right off. But I do really like it for application. On the bottom, it does have the shade number, just so you know, and I am the shade 1.0. I was color matched in Ulta. So this foundation is marketed as a, let's see, it's supposed to look natural on the skin, weightless and virtually invisible on the skin, and it is paraben-free with a flawless demi-matte finish. I do feel like it has a great matte finish, natural matte finish, demi-matte, however you'd like to call it, satin. It's not super flat, which is great because I have, most of my face is actually very dry, but I have a very oily nose and chin, so a matte foundation is kind of essential to get those parts of my face to stay nice throughout the day. I do feel like it wears really well. It will start wearing off of my nose with about 5 to 6 hours, and then, but the rest of my face, it'll stay put all day. So I would need to touch up and add more concealer or reapply on my nose after about 6 hours, but that's because my nose, nothing lasts on my nose. I've yet to find anything that does, even with primer. This applies really well over my favorite primer, which is the Faced Primed Poreless. I am wearing that underneath my foundation today. I pretty much always wear the two together, actually, nowadays. Urban Decay recommends you apply it with the Good Karma Optical Blurring Brush. It even says so on the little box here. But I do not own that brush just because that's I'm not a big expensive brush person. The brush I prefer to apply it with is the Real Techniques buffing brush, which looks like this. It's fairly similar in shape to the Good Karma brush that they recommend. And I do prefer a buffing it into method rather than, say, pouncing it in with a beauty sponge. I feel like the beauty sponge shears it out too much, and then I don't get enough coverage out of it. I personally feel like this is a light, buildable to medium coverage foundation. I build it up in places if I'm breaking out really badly, or if I have I tanned weirdly while waiting for a bus. But I do feel like the buffing method works really well. Like I said, the coverage is not the best coverage, but it works really well for me, as I prefer a lighter coverage because I have fairly clear skin. But if you have a lot of acne scarring, acne, or anything you want to cut, and things that are a little more heavy duty to cover up, I would recommend either a really good concealer with this. You can layer this, but I don't feel like it does build really well on itself. But it's such an expensive product and it's so thin, it takes a while for it to build up. But it doesn't look cakey when it does build up. I do feel like it wears fairly well. As I said, it breaks down. Nothing wears great over my nose. I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip of me applying the foundation. It's going to be kind of sped through just so this video isn't too long. And then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts on the foundation. So overall, I do really like this foundation. It works best for me in the summer when I am oilier, but it does work for me all year round. As someone with a severe combination skin with the oily to the point nothing lasts on my nose, and then so dry that I have usually dry patches and flakes, this works really well. Again, best in the summer for me when I'm oilier and my skin is more normal through here rather than oily. So I would recommend this for people with normal to combination skin. I don't know if it would work the best on super oily people, because like I said, it wears off of my nose pretty quickly. Again, I do recommend buffing it in with a buffing brush of sorts. If you have the money to spend on their brush, I'd say give it a go. Also, I know Sephora makes some brushes of a similar shape and feel, and then again, the Real Techniques brush is pretty great for it as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!